Hold on. I'm having some technical difficulty. That I hope to resolve real quick. I literally double-checked everything before streaming, and it just decided to break on me. Maybe it's my phone that's the issue. I don't want to have to switch to a PNG streamer. Okay, thank God, it works. Okay. Boo! Kind of game show. Yippee! Today is the first day. The music stops playing if I click outside. Oh no. Oh no, I can't snoop outside the game in secret. But today is the first day of the FallinLove Visual Novel Festival. I'm not nervous at all. It is a bit early for me to stream at this time, so I feel like most people will show up later, which is fine. I'm somewhere of a late night streamer, but I just really wanted to make sure I'll have enough time to finish it, and so that I'm not up here till like 1 AM on a Wednesday. Well, I don't mind. I need a deep breath. Before I begin, I have some Dunkin' Donuts donut holes to fuel me for this. They're not very good. Like, they're fine. They're sweet and they're kind of donut-y, you know? But they're not what I was expecting. I don't know what was I expecting. I was expecting more. Hi, Cass. How's it going? We're playing a demo of a new visual novel today. You're good? I'm nervous. I'm nervous, Cass. I don't want to disappoint anyone. I'm nervous. This is a demo of Death&Faeology, which is a murder mystery visual novel set in 1920s New York. And the devs reached out to me as part of the FallinLove Visual Novel Festival for me to play this. Yeah, the developers of this game, their name is their team name is Mushamalo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You know the devs? I don't know them personally, but I've talked to them for email. And I get to check out their game early. Well, the demo is out on Steam. What is your name? My name is Crisis. And I guess this is the prologue for the whole story, where in 1920s New York, there's a murder taking place. Murder related to like fae and fantasy mystery. And we'll have to solve it. And there's some romance options in between it as well. Okay. I used to always put my name as Chris, but I guess my name is Crisis. Why do I choose a username if I'm not gonna use it? I'm gonna put myself down a little so that I'm not in the way. Grading first-year assignments can be such an exercise in patience. Like grading assignments? I ought to remind myself that Faeology is a relatively recent science, only a couple of decades old. This university, the only Faeology university in the whole country, was just finished building in 1905. Wait, so I'm also a professor at a university? I have so much work to do. It is still barely acknowledged in the academic field. More importantly, I've got to keep in mind that children inherit their parents' prejudice and misconceptions. The human world has formed its own notion of fairies. Alas, I find myself unable to suppress a big sigh every time I read references to poisoned apples ushering princesses into eternal sleep. You know, I was a big fan of fairies growing up. My favorite cartoon was Winx Club, which is not the same as like the Fae, but they're fairies. I was obsessed. I had my whole bed frame like covered in stickers of Winx. I would buy like weekly journals, or they were like monthly that they sold of them. I probably cost my grandma so much money. A reference to the Cottingley fairies is one I can understand since it was quite the sensation not too long ago. Although it will be clear in the eyes of renowned Faeologists that the photographs are mere imitations. A pity that Sir Doyle was taken in by it. I ought to take a break. The grading session today has taken me quite a tangent. My beloved Oz. Oh, this butterfly. I've seen this butterfly in their promotion art, but I was very confused by it. Greetings, silly. Greetings, silly, to you too. We've just begun. Just to give another quick overview, we're playing a murder mystery set in New York 1920s. Why that butterfly kind of what? Excuse you? This is how you know you've been watching too much, you've been looking up too much Hollow Knight smut. Shaking my head. You can't look at bugs the same. Kidding, or are you? Doesn't it look like Loki has a little human face right here? Do you see it? Okay, you might not see it because the screen is not zoomed in for you. I want to prove myself. Does that not look like a little human face? Isn't that kind of creepy? I've been sulking my song, my fault, OG. I swear to God, we had a convo like this about another bug. Yeah, it was about a bug in Withering Waves. Because they tend to have these things. It like it has a bug face on top and a human face underneath. Okay, let me fix it. Let me fix it back. Pro streamer moves over here. Don't mind me. I saw this bug in their promotional pictures and I was wondering what the heck he is. Or she. There we go. My beloved Oz. I suppose having a fairy companion does give one an advantage in identifying genuine fairies. Oh, that's a fairy! It's not quite like a Winx fairy. Crisis. Oh, that's me. Does this bug also know cartography and sing? I don't know, but it's magic. Oh, you mean like Oz from the fairy tale? I'd say a break is in order, wouldn't you, Oz? It does speak. Oh, it doesn't speak. Oz responds through trills that I've learned to interpret over the decades I've known them. Decades. Yeah. The Cottingley fairies again. Yes, and Princess's eternal slumber due to poisoned apples. Apparently, I'm a professor at a university who studies fairies. We don't care much for human princesses. Making poisoned apples is rather an easy feat. Shall I turn one of them into a toad in front of the whole class to show that Faefolk is capable of more than that? Hi, Aresi! This is a fairy, be nice to it. He could turn you into a toad. Was she? Do you think fairies have gender? That bug is a baddie. At the same time, showing them that not all fairies are a friendly bunch. I can't help but chuckle at the thought of that. I believe some might just quit that same day if you do that. Talking about me? I let you know I'm a respected university professor teaching Faeology. Besides, if other Faeologists get a hold of your existence, who knows what they'll do to you. Wait, so we're keeping our little fairy a secret. Oh. Chances are high those people will try to pin you to a corkboard and vivisect you. I'm sorry, those are words beyond my small mind's comprehension. I would never let that happen. I've always appreciated you pursuing Faeology to ensure that. Chris is LARPing as a teacher right now. This must be therapeutic, seeing as they're a slave student. Barely a student, a failing student. Finally, I get to fail somebody else. This is the least I could do. We've known each other since I was 7. You've saved me countless times since then. Aw, they're like our childhood friend / pet. Well, you could have let me bleed to death when you found me. I would never. Aw, doesn't this kind of remind you of Pochita? You know, from Demon... From, oh my god, no, from Chainsaw Man. He too found little Pochita bleeding out and saved him, and then Pochita saved him. Spoilers, sorry. I can hear a delightful melody of chirps laced with a touch of whimsy, which makes me feel just a tad fizzy. It seems that even the laugh of a fairy possesses some magical quality. While you're on a break, isn't there something else on your agenda this afternoon? Right, Mr. Henkel's letter. Thanks for reminding me. I believe the letter from my patron... I retrieved a letter from my patron from a desk drawer. I lean back on my chair and read the missive aloud to myself. Dear Crisis, thank you, I am very dear. How long are you going to keep me in suspense? Will you or will you not accompany me to this year's Laios Gala? We're being invited out to a gala already. Take me to dinner first. You could do a lot worse than forgetting your boring books for a moment in favor of whiling away an evening with champagne and canopies. An invigorating company. And when I say invigorating, I'm not speaking of those old sods with deep pockets ready to be exploited by the way of funding grants for your research. I'm speaking, of course, of yours truly. Do write me sometime before Saturday. That's tomorrow, isn't it? Oh, I know. Madeleine responding is entirely by design, I assure you. Are we ghosting this guy or person? I'd hate to be getting the looks from the crowd like I'm a wet blanket. Theology isn't worth my dough, they say. Oz replying, chirp is decidedly indignant. You ever feel a little bit dumb after reading some words you don't know? That's how I'm feeling right now. Can't LARP as a university professor when you're not smart enough. I nod to Oz in agreement before returning to Mr. Henkel's letter. In our news, I've heard that little Ruthie Blythe. I've seen that name before. Caused a minor ruckus in the city's hottest speakeasy. If your old friend Detective Krause hadn't been in the area at the time as well, who knows what could have happened. I find myself rather perturbed at this revelation. I would have telephoned Ruthie and asked what the story was, like when we were children. However, for better or worse, we aren't on friendly terms anymore. We aren't on friendly terms with our hot childhood friend? Fumbled the bag of a century. That is fumbled the bag of the century, man. How? I resumed reading my patron's letter. Speaking of the detective, have the two of you been keeping in contact? He gave me the cold shoulder when I crossed paths with him at last week's benefit. I couldn't help assuming that his persistently frosty treatment of me might have had something to do with you. It's unfortunate that the extensive bonds you have with him should end in a rather bitter taste. As you have told me more than once, when it was good, there was nothing else quite like it. That's spicy. When it was good, there was nothing else quite like it? Okay. Yet, you speak very little of him now, and I find myself wondering if he still holds a place in that guarded heart of yours. The letter is signed Your Everlasting, Oscar Henkel. Yours everlasting. Well, I've kept Mr. Henkel waiting long enough. I press a pen to a fresh sheet of paper to commence crafting a response. Just then, a familiar rhythmic tapping pierces the silence. I glance in the direction of Oz, but they're nowhere to be seen. Oz must have camouflaged themselves in a heartbeat. Oh, so Oz uses they/them pronouns. Fae's genderless. I love that. Me too, Fae. I put Mr. Henkel's letter in the drawer before calling out. Come in, Minnie. It's Minnie! Oh, I want to see her without the lab coat. Not in that way, but you know, maybe maybe in every way. She looks like she has a nice outfit on. I want to see her jacket. I want to see the outfit. She's covering it all up. That's what I mean. No, I get it. I'm just trying to appreciate the drip. My assistant enters the office. She's careful to snap the door shut behind her. Professor. She can call me Professor in bed. I mean, who said that? Yes, Minnie? Were you talking to yourself again? Half the appeal is the work fit. True. That's right. You know me. We haven't even let our assistant know that we have a fairy friend. I see. Sometimes I wonder what she must have thought while learning the mumbling sounds of me speaking with Oz. Or while hearing. But she knows when not to poke her nose into things. Damn, her eyeliner is so good. Can she do mine? On top of me? One of the things I like about her, and also what makes her the bee's knees when it comes to being an assistant. What does that mean? What makes her the bee's knees? Is this a thing I don't know? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's here. You don't know? I don't know. Thank you for checking in, however. The bee's knees. She's the bee's knees. Does that mean good? What is it about bee's knees that makes it good? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's here. Who? Right? That police detective from the newspaper. Just ate pink mac and cheese? I'm conflicted about what you just ate. Pink? Why was it pink? Did you eat moldy mac and cheese? Police detective. Usually detectives are from the police. Even as I echo these two words, there's a sinking feeling in my stomach. You know, the man who made you crumple the papers and toss them in the trash can? In the end, we had to stop our subscription for the dailies. This does not give me context, Minerva. Detective Theodore Krause? Guys, how do you think you say that? Cruz or Kraus? I should have watched the walkthrough. Spicy Cheeto mixed with normal mac and cheese. Oh, I've seen that. But why was it pink? Did the red mix with the cheese and become pink? Was it good? I was kind of too afraid to try that. Because I'm like, this is either really good or really bad. Yes, that's the one. I'm sorry, I just have to say, like, she's known for the bob. Look at it. Her scene. It's something for sure. So it wasn't that good. I'm sorry. I have some Dunkin'. Can you hear it? Can you hear my box? My Dunkin' donut holes today to keep me fueled. She's kind of slaying with that, right? She has like no hair strands like peeking out. She styled it. Donuts are they're not the donuts. They're the insides of the donuts. They're the holes of the donuts. Knowing Theo is here makes my world go momentarily off kilt. It's as if, by the magic of the fairy tales I malign, the ink in my patron's letters has manifested him into the reception area. Can you tell him, I'm delivering a lecture on the far side of campus or something? We're trying to avoid a detective we used to be pretty close to. The protagonist relationships are falling apart. Anyways, the spicy Cheeto mac and cheese is worth a try. Okay, I'll keep it in mind next time I see it. Though I can't say your comments about it are reassuring. That depends. Is a lie like that going to deter this man? An astute question. She's truly wise beyond her years. You're conflicted? Were you able to finish it? Let's ask that. Probably not. He'd happily traverse the entire campus just to torment me, I'm guessing. Alright, let him in. With a brisk nod, Minnie returns to the reception area. I barely have time for a steadying breath before Theo barges in. Eaten half the bowl? I got it within the past 5 minutes. Okay. Well, if you can finish it without forcing yourself, I think it's a good sign that it's okay. Let us know. He drops a box on my desk right off the bat. What happened to hello? How are you? You know, how have you been? Barges in and drops a box on my desk. That red 40 mag and chemicals low-key seem like some shit that would cause you to be instantly raptured. Yeah, raptured to the toilet. Oh my god, you know, when I was getting my Dunkin', I saw there was like a matcha drink, right? And it was matcha with blueberry flavoring, and it listed cereal milk. Guys, what is cereal milk? I don't know, but I don't like oat milk. I don't like milk substitutes, though I should be drinking them instead of regular milk. So I decided to try it. Let me try the cereal milk. And it was good. It was really good. But I very quickly realized it was regular milk. It was probably like whole milk, maybe sweetened. Fighting for my life. Fighting for my life. Hey, but at least it was good. You only live once. I already have enough issues with some mac and cheese. Worried about this type. Good luck. Good luck, Helldiver. Hang in there, diva. What is this? Why is he in my office? Well, well, look who the cat dragged in. Not even a how do you do? That's what I'm saying. What? Do niceties suddenly mean something to you? Excuse me, Theodore. I seem to recall you packing your bags and moving out without so much as a goodbye. We used to be roommates or more? I forgot the... And we just moved out without as much as saying goodbye? Drama. So this game is called Death&Faeology, and it is a visual novel in like a dark academia style. It is a murder mystery as well, set in 1920s New York. And it also has magic and fae. And Yuria, there's supposed to be 2 romanceable guys and 2 romanceable women, but as I was looking through the information about the demo, I think right now the only available romance options are the guys. This is one of them, is Theodore, and we're yet to meet the other one, which is sad. Because I do love the girlies. Like the one who assistant was just in here. She's gonna have a route. And there's also a childhood friend lady that will have a route added later on. But we'll see. So I'll be on the lookout for that. This game isn't a demo right now. It was magic back in the 1920s. All of it was illegal though and fatal in large doses. This game reminds you of a different game you once played. Maybe similar, the detective dark academia style. There was no one to say goodbye to. He wasn't there. Didn't you find out I left only a few days later? Okay, there's a lot of drama between the main protagonist and this guy. Oh, and by the way, the main protagonist is a university teacher teaching about Faeology, which is the study of fae. And apparently this is our ex-roommate detective. It was a dungeon crawler dating sim mix. Oh. Haven't heard of that. At least it made it easier for you to leave, didn't it? There's a tinge of hurt in his voice that I'm only able to pick up because we lived together for several months. As my mouth struggles to catch the words hanging in the air, I feel the piercing, icy silence creeping in. I ought to break this silence before I freeze. What's in the box? He lets out a deep sigh that rather sounds like relief. Your things that somehow you didn't take with you when you left. Even that oddly crafted handkerchief you loved so much. Oh, he's dropping off our stuff from the apartment. That handkerchief was a gift for you. I see the corner of his mouth twitch. He's lying. Oh. What should I do with this information? Hold on. Reach out for the box to check or respond in disbelief. I feel like the tension's kind of too strong. I feel like I don't wanna make this worse right now. Let's just check the box, you know? I quickly stretch out my hand to the box, yet he's just as fast in catching my wrist before I can open it. Well, you put this box in front of me. I'm gonna open it. I withdraw my hand from his grip swiftly, like a startled bird soaring into the sky. That truly caught me off guard. I'd forgotten what his hand feels like. Excuse me. I've forgotten what his hand feels like. It's crazy. I was only kidding, although you really haven't changed much, have you? He just went straight for it. He sounds amused and slightly pleased, as if he just confirmed the accuracy of one of his deductions. Neither have you. I threw all of it away right after you vanished. I'm sensing a little bit of like a toxic secret love-hate going on here. Just me. I've forgotten what his hand feels like. Me when I shake hands with bro. Threw all of it away right after you vanished. Okay, that's just rude. He says with a subtle squint in his left eye. Another lying tale of his. People who have a lying tale are so silly. And how do you have a lying tale? Just don't do it. Just don't do it. You can't lie with a straight face. Pathetic. Get good. I can't help but sigh at his antics. Of course you did. So what's really in the box? Wanna take a guess? Oh my god, just open the goddamn box. I do have an idea. Knowing him, he'd sooner face the whole Al Capone gang by himself and take their bullets before coming to visit me. This must be way more important than our point in history. Case evidence? I've seen boxes like this one before, but never one quite so large. It's a really big case, isn't it? He nods. The biggest of my career. And to come to me of all people, you must be at your wit's end about this. He looks away as if trying to hide how galling the circumstances at hand are. Truth be told, I'd rather face the whole Al Capone gang and take their bullets than have to see you again. We literally read his mind. The protagonist literally reads his mind. Just get married already. You might as well be married already. You know? Gee, that stings a little. He's playing hard to get. No, he literally is. Look at you. A whole grown-ass man. Acting like a teenager. Like a teenage girl. So why would you... Hold on a minute. You think this has some sort of connection to fairies? He flicks his tongue in exasperation. Literally, teenage girl in front of me. Oh my god. Inside every grown man is a teenage girl. Is a sassy teenage girl. Oh my, it seems I've hit the bullseye. We stopped talking about fairies at some point when we were still together. Those talks always led to a heated discussion and then into arguments because nothing I could say could change his skepticism towards mystical beings. Little Tsundere Theo. This is literally our ex, but like, come on. This is certainly the chance to tease him about it, though it might be unwise considering the emotional peril he must have gone through to get here. It's not like I care about fairies or anything. Literally, it's not like I need your help. Yeah, it's probably not even the fairies, but like, I just had to make sure, you know? Whatever. What should I do next? I don't think I can stand... I don't think I can stand the bitter chit-chat again. Ask more about his thoughts. Let's get to the case. I know this must be hard for you, but I can't help if you don't say anything. He sighs. You're right. As difficult as it is to admit, the things you've told me before about fairies and whatnot might have helped me to make sense of this case. But I have to say, for the sake of my sanity, I still don't believe they exist. Okay. Yeah, so like, it totally makes sense if this was fairies, but like, they aren't real. But like, I came to you, the fairy specialist, just in case, you know? But it's like, just a joke. I know what you are. I know what you are. Fair enough. He came to see you again, shaking my head. Okay, probably. He appears pleasantly surprised by my answer, as though he was expecting a quarrel right around the corner. Little did he know, I've learned that it's moot to try to explain the otherworldly beings to him. It's like, imagine if you were dating someone who is really into aliens, right? And they're like, their whole thing, what they do for life is like study alien beings. And you're just like, yeah, by the way, I don't believe in the work you do. I think your work is like bogus and fake. That's kind of... from your partner? Like, that's kind of mean. That's kind of... You're dating me, man. You know, get with the program. So what makes this case so significant? Why do you think it relates to fairies? Are you even allowed to tell me? I hear the sound of a chuckle under the breath like a bolt from the blue. For a brief moment, his gaze on mine seems to revert to how it used to be. To how it used to be. I see you. Until the seriousness returns to his face. First things first, since I'm leading the investigation, I do have some discretion on what details to divulge and to whom. That is, if the confidant can bring value to the investigation. And I've known you for a fact that you can be discreet. Still, I must ask you sworn secrecy on this matter. You got it. So tell me about the case. Why does it seem to be of paramount importance? It's a multiple murder case. Oh, we're getting into it. We're finally... potentially perpetrated by a single culprit. A serial killer. The victims are chiefly middle-aged women. No way! Residing north of the city. We have to fix this. We have to solve this. We must protect the middle-aged women. They are the heart. They are the soul of this world. We must protect them. I'll do anything. They're from old money families. The types that make regular appearances at high society events. And they're rich. They're rich middle-aged women. The best kind. This is serious. This is serious. I see. No wonder you're all tensed up. You're telling me. Chief took me off every other case and insisted I put all my time and effort into this. It's only a matter of time until the press catches wind and makes a circus of everything. And with some of the victims' peculiar manners of death... He pauses. This is where the fairies came in. He silently stares and then sighs. Middle-aged woman in distress? I cannot stand for this. I'm 6'8", read feminism literature, and hate periods. Not literally. I can't let this serial killer go on murdering beautiful middle-aged women who happen to come from wealthy families. You know? I swear, I must be losing my mind. You've got this. Now he draws in a long, deep breath. 3 of the victims had a manner of death that the unit has never seen or heard before. Okay. Oh. The strangest case is one where the body seemingly hardened into bony tissue overnight. Oh, that's creepy. She turned into bone overnight. Including her clothes, look. I was about to say, there's kind of a disease like that in real world. There's a disease, I think, where it's like your body is extremely fragile. And also, it grows new bone whenever you get hit or hurt somewhere. Basically, a bone grows and the bone starts growing in places it shouldn't. So you literally, like, if you get hit wrong on your hand, for example, your hand will start just turning into bone. And it's really dangerous. Yeah, I don't remember the name. I think there was like a... Think of a medical show They probably have an episode on it. Anybody know what I'm talking about? No, it's okay. Her corpse almost looked like a carved wooden statue. Turning into bone after getting hit syndrome. Fairly common. No. It's a real thing. It's a real, I swear. It's like, I don't know. I don't remember the reason. I just know, like, if they get hit or like suffer like any even minor like pain, I don't know, injury, then the place grows bone there, even though it shouldn't. I feel like maybe their bones regenerate too fast or something? Oh, I've heard of something like that before. Of course you have. I frown at him. Don't start now. He clears his throat abashedly. Without finding out what caused these deaths, and more importantly, who did this, the press could spin the stories out of control. I don't want to imagine the look on victims' families' faces if and when the papers are making a razz of these poor women's deaths. Besides, what kind of depraved, sick bastard goes around murdering women in such a way? That's what I'm saying, Theodore. We must put a stop to it. That sick, depraved bastard cannot get away with killing the best women of our city. Middle-aged, rich women. The city's already running on fumes. Crime's becoming more rampant day by day. People shouldn't have to look over their shoulder every night. It's no way to live. Even as he lapses into silence, I say nothing. It's not just the city. The rise in crime is bleeding him dry too. Yet, I'm unsure of what words could soothe those who are fighting it on the front lines. I've never been where they are. The frown lines between his eyebrows grew deeper. You know, considering the victim's background, having these murders being exaggerated in papers would pressure the families to insist on closing the case as soon as possible. By the way, if there are any middle-aged, rich, optional women in stream right now, Chris is single and desperate. I appreciate you trying to wingman for me, but do we have to make me sound desperate? It's true, but do we have to let them know? Can't we pay me as like super cool? No matter the cost, no matter who's to blame. Dependable, crazy typo. Thank you, thank you. It happens, it happens. You're right, innocent people are going to bear the brunt for this. Oh, we're just gonna pin it on somebody? We're just gonna pull a random kid off the street and be like, he did it? This is a terrible situation. I feel my stomach churning. My arms cross on instinct, trying to hold my own disquietude in place. Is there anything you can do? I'm just one man. Wait. Our childhood friend is a middle-aged woman who attends rich parties. We have to save her. We have to. I'm guessing that would be her route. I don't know, maybe. But we have to save her. Try as I might, I can't keep those rotten police brats from lining their pockets. Nothing but a pack of lowlifes in high places. He exhales sharply, his voice laced with contempt. Then he fell into silence yet again. Similarly, words seem to have abandoned me, as I can't shake this feeling of helplessness crawling under my skin. After a minute, he meets my eyes once more. Well, you're a good listener, better than most. Thanks. He curls his lips into almost a smile. Oh my god, just say you still love me. This man drunk texts me, or the protagonist. This man drunk texts the protagonist, like, I miss you, you know? I still think about you. You know? I kept that scarf you made me. And then passes out. And when he wakes up sober, he was just like, that was for somebody else. I don't mind it at all. Thanks. He clears his throat once more. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks. This box includes case files, crime scene photos, a couple of blood samples. Ooh, which I was able to request to bring to you, and several other pieces of evidence. Other than the strange manners of death I've said, Forensic was puzzled too by the blood samples. How so? Yeah. One of them doesn't contain iron. Okay. Because I was about to say... the way I was literally about to say, so my girl was low on iron, happens to the best of us. So what? So when you sit up, so when she like stands up, her vision goes dark for a moment. It happens to the best of us. And then I remember that like Fae are afraid of like iron for some reason in mythology. Not the iron. Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? You're making fun of how I say iron? What do you want me to say? Iron? Who's Ron? What? Who's Ron? It's iron. Stop saying that, LMFAO. It's iron. It doesn't contain iron. That's how I know you're low on iron. Get yourself one of those metal fish you gotta cook in whatever food you have. Iron. Be normal. Shaking my head. It's not iron. Iron. Who's Ron? Not the metal fish. Yeah. Get your iron up. Not your iron up. That's interesting. Nothing surprises you, does it? Well, about this peculiarity. I bring up something from my fairy books, but you'd always find a way to deny it. You're right about that. I'm still investigating the possibility of unknown drugs or poison that somehow caused these oddities. What drug makes your iron disappear? But I'd be a fool to not go after my hunches and look into all possibilities. What about robbery? It's ruled out. No fingerprints, no evidence of breaking in, nothing had been stolen. And motives? Revenge? We're still interviewing the city elites, looking for the possible motives. But it takes time. You know how it is. Yes, of course. They're very busy. Speaking of city elites, I know people who can be very helpful in getting some inside information. His expression turned sour at full tilt. Okay, why? Who? That man? Someone's jealous. Someone's a little jealous. I said people, but yes, that man would be particularly helpful in this matter. He scoffs brazenly and doesn't even try to hide it. Okay. Even at the first meeting with Mr. Henkel, there was some inexplicable tension between the two. Because they both want the protagonist. Oh my god. Theo said something about Mr. Henkel feeling off and always hated it whenever I had something to do with him. He's low-key kinda sassy. That's what I've been saying. You fuck with it. He's bratty. I bet he's bratty, and but I mean, who said that? Though it might just be jealousy in disguise. It would be diabolical if I said that the protagonist could turn him into a good boy, but you know, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. You know I'm right. Even if he's barely in the newspapers, He's most likely at the pinnacle of high society. Okay, yeah. And I don't think he'll mind if I ask him a few things about this. Why, of course, he's always got a soft spot for you. Okay, boys. Calm down. I have 2 hands at the end of the day. Hell, he's probably carrying a torch for you for a long time, judging by the way he follows you everywhere. Well, he happened to be interested in Faeology and has a lot of money to allow its development. Oh, he's rich! Oh, don't mind me. Look at you, all ready to defend him. What, are you two an item now? You know he's been wanting to ask that. I might have steered this reunion right back to where we were months ago by bringing up Mr. Henkel. But it was necessary to mention him. And we broke up because of Mr. Henkel? I don't know anybody else who would have that much information about high society. Besides, there has never really been anything, even if we did go to fundraising events together from time to time. It was strictly business. Yet again, Theo seems to lose his reason whenever he talks about Mr. Henkel. I don't have the time or energy to argue with him. Okay. He's like a... What do they call them? He's like a sausage dog. You know, they're kind of sassy, but they're also very like protective and only like their owner. You know? They're also very big yappers. So they start barking at like strangers. Or basically anyone who's not their owner. That is who this man is. A sausage dog. You're a little water break. What should I do? What should I do? Try to make him see reason? Or explain the truth about the relationship with Mr. Henkel? I don't know. I mean, we haven't even like talked to Mr. Henkel much. He did sign his letter, yours everlasting. I was just like, okay, that was a little romantic. But like, I need to talk to him to decide if maybe we do have something going on, you know? But I don't want this dog to get... No man named Henkel should be writing like that. Okay. Let's, Oh my god. Guys, what did I press? I was stuck. Oh, what did I press? Oh, I think I accidentally pressed the top one. Try to make him see reason. Okay. That was my bad. And this game right now doesn't have logs. Because it isn't still in demo, and they said they're working on it, so I can't like go back and see. But that's okay. I should have saved, you know? I should have saved. Throwing as per usual. It's fine. It's just one choice. We go to fundraising events from time to time, but these are work. We're getting good explanation. That's the truth. I've got to get money for my research from somewhere, you know? Our relationship is strictly business. Okay, yeah, we just said it like it is. It's fine. That's what I wanted to happen. He gives me a dirty look. Excuse you? The audacity. Sure, I believe you. You wanna square up? Theodore? No, he doesn't. I hate when people ask a question, but then when you give them an answer, they're like, no, that's not the answer. Then why did you ask me if you didn't care for my answer, if you already quote-unquote knew it? Ah, pet peeve, pet peeve. Besides, what I do with him is none of your beeswax. Okay, period. His voice becomes even more irritated. That's right, it's not my concern. Do whatever you want with him. Just make sure he can keep his mouth shut about the case. I can't help but groan at this turn of events. I will. While we're on the subject of useful allies, you mentioned before about blood that doesn't contain iron. I can take blood samples to the university's chemist. She's good at what she does. And she's from a rich family. She might know some of the victims or their families, at least. I'll trust your judgment. I take it this is you agreeing to help with the case? That's right. There are lives at stake. He left out a soft smile, as though in quiet agreement with what I said. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, if you think it'll be helpful, you can even ask the people you mentioned what they know using the evidence items. But the case files are for your eyes only. Gotcha. He has fallen silent somehow, leaving an uncomfortable hush in the air once more. Suddenly, a realization comes to mind. Does this mean you'd be willing to hear about fairies? About Faeology? Well, that's why he's here. That depends. If this was indeed fairy doings, and if though your investigation, you can provide solid theories on 3 things. Okay, we need the culprit, the method of murder, and the motive. Supported by evidence. Okay, makes sense. I'm sticking with the idea that there's a logical explanation. An earthly one, for now. Who says fairies are otherworldly? What if fairies are just like another creature on Earth? You know, they could be earthly, too. I'd wager that you... No, we have approximately 24 hours. We have 1 day to get some sort of answer. Excuse me? You came to me for help on the very last day? An answer that makes sense. Bro, this dude is like worse than me at procrastinating. He's like, ah shit, my assignment's due today. You know? Fairies catching strays from this guy. This is literally the Zootopia plot. Not quite, but I see where you're coming from. I can feel the papers are close to getting the story. While you're investigating this lead, I'll look further into unusual drugs and poison. How about it, Faeologist? Do you dare take on this challenge? Yeah. Do I? I'll help even without being challenged. Okay, let's not stir too much trouble. Bring it on, detective. This brings a grin to his almost consistent brooding expression. This guy is like bipolar, going from being like moody to being like to like a soft smile, like like because he has a crush, you know. Like, oh shit, I gotta be serious. I gotta put my serious face back on. Good. If you need anything from me, just ring me. Ah, yeah, sir. But you need to promise me that you'll not just hear me out, but also keep an open mind on fairy topics if I succeed in what you asked. I promise. But I can't promise not to scoff from time to time. That's good enough. Bye-bye. Maybe this'll be an opportunity for you to increase Faeology's credibility in the eyes of the academics. Maybe. Seems like some detective has been following the tiny part of Faeology in the newspaper. Says you, the one who had to stop the daily paper subscription just because some detective kept getting the headlines. Okay. How do you... Okay, what are you stalking me? Okay. What? Not me flipping over the box I'm sitting on. Before I could finish, he had walked towards the door and opened it. See you tomorrow around the same time. I hear the door closed. Hey! I exclaimed with a hint of frustration. I want to get my hands on the files. I want to read it. I want to have a board. You know how they have detectives have like in movies they'll have a board with like where they pin evidence and they have like a red thread going from clue to clue. That's how I want to feel. I wonder if he scented the files for you. Ugh, with his perfume. Sure. That would be something. After some thought, I realized that he must have noticed the missing newspaper on my desk in my assistant. Reading papers was part of my daily routine when we were together. Okay, doesn't mean you didn't like put it away. And I can only shake my head in disbelief. He hasn't changed much either. As I'm reminiscing about a few moments of our past relationship, Oz reveals themselves again. Now that we're all alone, I low-key forgot Oz was here the whole time. I forgot. That was quite the reunion. It was quite the reunion indeed. He hasn't changed at all, has he? I suppose. Although, you don't have an obligation to help him. I know, but I've already agreed. Very well, just don't overwork yourself. Thanks, Oz. I find myself slowly drifting into thoughts. A victim's manner of death, hardening into bony tissue, could be one of the fairy curses, ossification. I was told to keep a notepad to write things down, since there is no logs right now. I'm just probably gonna forget what ossification means. So just in case, I'm gonna write it down. If you think about it, it makes it feel... It's like, more immersive, you know? That I have to physically write it down. Learning so much this stream. The new vocabulary. If only I could ask Oz whether a fairy was behind this, and which one, but it's not that simple. Even if they're my long-time companion, fairies have their own rules about exchanging favors. And they're secretive about their land, too. Oh, they have their own land. A favor like that doesn't come cheap. At least I'm stocked up on milk and honey for small requests. Speaking of requests, I should get started on a reply from my patron's letter. Oh yeah, we totally forgot to reply to Mr. Heckler? What was his name? For some reason, he seemed to be more insistent this time that I come with him to the gala. Henke! Thank you, thank you. I'm really bad with names. I retrieve a paper and pen, and I mumble to myself as I write. Dear Mr. Henkel, I hope your recent forays... Right here. If you're keeping up with the vocabulary, might as well write this one down too. Forays into high society have proven more fruitful than they have in... Should I be hyperbolic? Why not? More fruitful than they have been in the centuries you've been roaming amongst their lavish ranks. Okay, that's just mean. This is just mean. I wanted to be like... I thought I would just like use a metaphor or something. I didn't want to be mean. I should remind me to save on every choice because I can't. I keep making the wrong one. Believe it or not, I have been considering whether the merits of trying to impress the wealthiest folks of the city outweighed the obvious indignities. This is so mean! You first brought up the possibility of my accompanying you to the annual Liars Gala a couple of months ago, and I'm still weighing my options. How do I want to play this? Be coy? Or apologetic? Okay, hold on. Just in case I don't know what coy means. You know, just in case I don't know what being coy means. You know what? I vibe with it. You shall know my answer definitively if you find me on your arm on the evening of the event. Okay. About Ruthie? I can't say I'm surprised to hear about her latest flirtations with Disaster. Crazy work, right? Since we're both toddlers, she's frequently found herself in trouble. Her fiery personality certainly doesn't help her get out of quarrels. I would love to telephone her and ask how she's doing, but we drifted apart a long time ago. I want to drift together again. Nevertheless, I'm glad to hear that Theo was there to smooth things over for her. I've now arrived at the topic of Theo, or Detective Krause, as my patron refers. I suppose his query was meant to uncover whether I still care for Theo. How should I answer? Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know. See, I feel like if I say, "Hey and I are old news," it's the truth. But it also opens up for Mr. Heckle to be more flirtatious with us. If I say sometimes my thoughts wander back to him, it's obvious for points for the detective. But he kind of had me at first, but then he kind of gave me the ick. But then I kind of forgave it. I don't know. At least Mr. Heckle has money. At least Mr. Heckle can support me and my work. Are you old news? We kinda are. I think we're old news. I don't know. As for Theo, I've long since stopped dwelling on him. No, we're nonchalant. We're a strong, independent woman. Okay, we don't dwell on our exes. They chase us. I thought of him and I as a relic of the past, and I feel no regrets in having ended it when I did. Okay. That's really bold. If I was Mr. Heckle, I would have cut this part out and fucking framed it. So when Mr. Detective comes over, his soul gets crushed. Is that too mean? Would that be too cruel? But it's a sure way to eliminate a rival. On signing off, I seal the letter with wax. I then turn towards my trusted Fae. Oz, can I please trouble you with something? You want me to deliver this letter to your patron, don't you? Indeed, time is of the essence here. As always, please take care not to catch anybody's attention. He'll see you by tomorrow morning, I'm sure. It would be my pleasure. Thank you, Oz. I'm off. I'll see you later today. I watch as Oz flits out of my office window and vanishes. Once the Fae is gone, I call my assistant to my office. Yes, Professor? Hey. Just wanted to say you look great today. Did you do something new with your, I'm stumbling over my words. I'm stumbling over my words already. Cooked, failed. Minerva reports me for harassment and I get kicked out of the university. I end up jobless on the street. Log in. Hold on one second. I rifle through the contents of the box. Carefully, I extract the blood samples that Theo mentioned. They appear to be stored in test tubes. Would you mind asking Dr. Rayford to analyze these blood samples? I'll do that, sure. As I hand the samples to her, I notice that she looks like she wants to say something. Over the 2 years we have been working together, I've picked up on a few of her tells. What is it, Minnie? Me when a pretty lady tells me to do something. I agree. How'd it go with the detective? If you don't mind me asking. Oh no, not at all. He's the same as always. There's lingering beef, of course, but we sort of managed to put it aside for something more important. He has brought me a rather significant case that he suspects might be some supernatural elements. As hard as it was for him to admit it. Oh, good for him. He looks pissed. She looks pissed. I can't help but grin at her remark. It's okay, baby girl. He's in the past. Don't even worry about him. I'm glad it didn't end in a shouting match, at least. Yeah, me too. I'll deliver the blood samples now, Professor. Thank you, Minnie. Something about a pretty girl calling me Professor. Ooh. Just me? Okay. Sorry. Minnie hurries out. I'm alone in my office again. Remembering the conversation about the case, I'm suddenly engulfed by unexplainable, eerie feelings. I should start the investigation right away. I pray that you're never put in any position of power. It's crazy. Come on, it's just a fantasy. I'm not serious. Drag and drop item from inventory to the desk. Select an item in the records, then press the icon to open the inspector and read the insights you gathered. Hover the magnifying glass above an evidence to access the information and see the details in it. Use the backlight to see invisible things. Ooh. Read the encyclopedia to gain additional information. Information. Faint insects. Press the button to end the investigation. Okay. Finally. Okay, so we have this picture of the lady being petrified, or should I say experiencing ossification or dying by ossification. Police Department case file 1. Can I open it? Help, how do I open it? Name Audrey Wooldridge, age 51 years old. 51 years old? Ooh. Manner of death, hardening into body tissue. From afar, the corpse looks like a carved wooden statue. Time of death around 1 p.m. Okay. Time of death. Maybe this is important. You never know. 1 p.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. The victims report hearing strange noises and seeing strange phenomena in the days immediately preceding her death. Strange noise and events. Have a summification, obviously. The interviewing officer suspected, due to the victim's strange behavior, involvement in occult matters. Okay, occult. Question mark, question mark. Forensics report. No traces of drugs from what could be extracted from the body. Further autopsy is still in progress due to the victim's manner of death. Wooldridge. Was that the name again? I didn't write down the name. Now that's a familiar name. So it was the... Audrey. I don't know if the first name is gonna be... you know... important, but sure. The first victim's crime scene. This is the first time I encounter something that could be ossification. I feel sick to my stomach. No one deserves to die like this. These poor middle-aged queens. I know, we gotta save them. Something's odd with her fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has 6 fingers! 6 fingers. That's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the thumb 6. Oh. Should we use a black light? Okay, obviously it's just a picture, so there wouldn't be much. Let's put this away just so I don't have too much clutter. Maybe we can see something about a fae that does that. Some Faeologists have applied Darwin's theory of natural selection to fae kind by putting them in the same genealogical line as insects, especially the Lepidoptera. I would not use a black light on any of your possessions, bros. Shaking my head. Who do you think I am? Shaking my head. I'm just a nice woman enjoyer. Innocent, you know. Beneath a special black light. Speaking of, I wouldn't put a black light over any of your jars, Pocket. Just saying. Not to call you out on stream. Okay, buddy. Sorry. Sorry, I'm kidding. Beneath a special black light, some species of butterfly can glow by having a chemical known as phosphorus, which fairies also have. Oh, some species of butterflies can glow. Okay, let me just like... Wait. I'm kind of just like scrolling. You know, looking for something that's important. Although quite rare, some high faes can transform living beings into solid objects such as stone or bone, just like in our case. There's invisibility. Some high fae have heightened powers. They can emit toxins such to cause hallucinosis or illusions. One magical skill is transfiguration, which is similar to metamorphosis. Wielders of transfigurative spells can make themselves or fellow fae take on another form. Wait, what if the one whose blood didn't have any iron in it is a fae? Because their blood didn't have any iron in it. Fae factions in conflict? There are two main factions. The scribes and the warriors. The scribes are known for their defensive magic and their intelligence. The warriors are known for their power and their offensive magic. You're crazy? That's crazy. There are no faes. They're clearly faes. Okay, let me just skim through this. Okay, the low faes have limited magic. The high faes have more strong magic. They like to consume blood, hormones, and even souls. And they're like in a war. Black light. All fairy kinds seem to be weak against iron. Well, that we know. Although a small amount of iron, such as in meat or blood, does not seem to ward off fairies. Historically, cold iron was often forged as weapons and used to repel fairy magic. Scale of values. Beneath the black light, scribe magic appears blue. Oh, wait. Okay, let's write this down so I don't have to go back to this. Scribe is blue. I have like sticky notes I'm putting all over my desk. This is gonna look like an actual investigation after this. But somebody also remember stuff so I don't forget. Scribes are blue. Blue. Warrior red. In parasitic magic, purple. Parasitic purple or violet. That is a color in between, so like sustained black light illumination on an object imbued with fairy magic may reveal intricate details of certain complex spells. You need to see the sticky notes after the stream? Okay. My handwriting is atrocious, but I'll show it. Scribe fairies. Oh, they're the kind ones. But they have to do a form of exchange. I think that's the fairy that we own that is our friend. They can give blessings. Warrior fairies are territorial and reside in groups. Humans entering the territory, even if accidentally, may face elimination. Caution strongly advised. Parasitic fails that feed off of humans' blood, hormones, and emotions. However, the mechanism and rates at which these drainage occurs are greatly varied. Notable incident changeling. These are unconfirmed rumors that some high fae like to capture humans and bring them into fairyland for a purpose such as forced reproduction. Excuse me? Fairy? With that little thing? With the human? Imagine, no, think of it more insect. Like, imagine they just kind of like stuff the living human with eggs. Kind of like some parasitic insects do. You know, and you just live and go on about like, and you just keep on living until one day they burst out of your body. That is creepy. Sorry to put that image into your head. I'd be down with that if they're built like Oz. That's crazy. You'd let Oz put babies into you? Damn. Challenging is a changeling is composed. Oh wait, the fairies leave changelings behind to mask their absence. The changeling is composed of several fae, typically of the parasitic type. Transformed to look almost exactly like a human. The enchantment almost always goes awry. Anomalies common among changelings include an extra finger or an extra toe. Wait! She has an extra finger! Which means it's, it could be, it's a changeling. Changeling. Nearby heat conductors, such as small metallic objects, have also been known to repel or to warp the magic, creating challenging. Wait, you snip that instantly? Of course! So obvious. It's so obvious now. I don't have... I wish... It's probably... a changeling, right? Tools. Put that back. No. I was just curious what that does. Okay. So I've concluded that type 1 is what is this? What is it called? Case 1 is a changeling. That's my conclusion. Let's look at case 2. Oh, what's wrong with her? Look at this. Look at her fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fingers. Case 2. I'm writing it down. This is actually really fun. I was told this is a little finicky right now, but let me... Please, let me read the file. Do you have the file? Do you have a file and not a cactus? Yes, I have the case file too. Please show me the case file too. And here I am, unable to see it. Okay, can I see a picture? Okay, but she... Oh, this seems to be the second victim's crime scene. Her complexion, it's not quite the pale hue of death. Far paler than should be possible. Almost drained of color. Maybe because she was drained of her blood. Drained of color. I'm writing it down. The state they find me in after a night with middle-aged woman. Oh, I wish. Something's odd with her fingers. Okay, veins around eyes. Can I please read the file? City of New York Police. Oh, Susan Moore. Susan Moore. Oh, I forgot to write down how old the other lady was. I think she was like 50. I don't know if it's gonna matter, but this one's 40-year-old. Perhaps she's just slow and iron. There's nothing wrong with how I say iron. You're the one who's wrong, okay? I'm never wrong. I'm always right or I'm lying, okay? Get that into your head. If I say iron, it's iron. You know, I think the way I learned how to read iron was probably from like watching Minecraft videos as a kid. Speak your truth. Thank ya, thank ya. Matter of death, refusing to drink anything but her own blood. Only drank blood. That's weird. And died. Time of death around 11 p.m. It hasn't been very important so far. I haven't found a link between time of death and anything, but like I'll write it down just in case. Victim profile: an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. Police report: the victim's mother reported that the victim was suffering from a prolonged paranoid episode in the days leading to her death. Paranoid. And remember that fae can cause hallucinations? Specifically, the victim was acting erratically and saying strange things. Erratic. Saying nonsense. Nonsense. Forensic report. Despite the manner of death, there are no signs of dehydration or hemochromatosis. No trace of drugs or poison. Blood type unknown. Other blood related investigations on the way. Blood type. Were we told the blood type of the previous one? I don't know. Unknown. How's it unknown? There's only so many. Oh, blood without iron. That's the blood without iron. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. Blood without iron. And she only could drink her own blood. But look, she has a metal ring. That must be like a metal ring on her finger. Some sort of metal. Was there a ring on the other finger? Hey, Crimsy. She needs to do some offline mining. It's crazy. Hold on. Did she have a ring on her finger? No. The first case did not have a ring on her finger. Is this important? I'm gonna write it down. Ring on finger. Hi, how's it going? I'm solving murder here. Does this mean anything? Hold on. I don't think it's picking on anything. These are just photos after all. Chilling, got your need bed set up. That's nice. You're going to sleep soon? We can't sleep. There's a murderer. out there. There's maybe a serial, maybe it's a fae, and they're after rich middle-aged women. No, oh, that makes a lot more sense. I was confused. Is it a big car? Is it a big car bed? Is it Lightning McQueen bed? If not, it's kind of a disappointment. How'd I know? Because that's the coolest bed you could get. Man, look at this one. It's the third victim. Case free. Case free. Her fingers. I've seen corpses before, but never like this. There's another strange thing about her finger. Let me guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 withered fingers. Withered dark fingers. Black fingers. No, that's not what I meant. 6 fingers. Yeah, I'm not going to sleep anytime soon. I still have a bunch of stuff you gotta do. What you gotta do? Prepare your umas for the next race. I need to prepare mine. Necrosis on the fingers. This is more than necrosis. And she also has 6 fingers. Which is unusual. That all the ladies in this case so far, have had 6 fingers. Wait, she has the same stuff on her eyes and mouth now. Veining eyes. Dark mouth? No, they're fake. There's an invitation. Does she have a ring? No, but there was an invitation. There was a paper on the floor. Paper on floor. Okay, let's read her file. If it lets me. This game is still in development. This is a demo, and they know there's a few issues with this part. They mentioned it in the email, so they'll fix it. But it's been super fun nonetheless. I think maybe I gotta hold down my mouse. Name Edna Niblet. I'd nibble on... Sorry, I shouldn't say that about a dead woman. I should restrain myself. Excuse me. Edna Niblet. 64-year-old. Larkin, you're a professional? I'm not a detective professional. I'm a university teacher who studies fae. Okay. Nothing about having to lock in my profession. Matter of that, like gnawing her own fingers down to the bone. Oh. Not her fingers. To the bone. That's not what I thought happened to the fingers. Professional girl kisser, that is me. Must have been yummy, it's crazy. You know, maybe she was just eating chips and she had some chip dust on her fingers, you know? She was just trying to like, you know, lick it off and she just went a little too hard. Happens to the best of us. Yeah, some Cheeto dust. Is there any connection about when they died? Like the time of death? So far, 11 a.m., 10 a.m., and 1 p.m. It happened kind of in the morning so far. Didn't want to get the keyboard all dirty. An affluent middle-aged woman in the city. Police report. A friend of the victim reported that she visited the victim's residence to drop off an invitation shortly prior to the victim's death. The friend also wanted to check on the victim's well-being as she had allegedly been acting strangely at a party. Acted strange. According to the friend, she witnessed an emotionally charged conversation between the victim and a young factory girl. Yeah, that was me. JK. However, the friend didn't think much of the interaction at the time. Some fairies feed on emotions, so had an emotional chat. At the crime scene, the invitation card dropped off by the friend was seen close to the victim's corpse and was taken in as evidence. What is the invitation for? The gala bit? No traces of drugs or poison. Blood type unknown. Blood does not contain... Oh, this one also blood does not contain iron. So there's two of them. Blood with no iron. And we know Fae don't like iron. Don't you dare comment on how I say iron. Crazy! Iron. Listen, that's how I say iron. It's not iron. Iron. Who's wrong? Who's wrong? Okay, I don't know Iran. I know iron. Like the metal. I can hear my parents screaming, but I'm not sure if they're screaming for me or not. I earn, because I be earning. Ay. None of this reacts yet. I'm pretty sure I'll need it later. No, I'd like to put this in order. Okay, this is the last case. Do not indulge him on the iron. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Case 4. So it's taking me a bit long because I am physically writing all of these things down on paper. On sticky notes and then putting them on my desk. Okay, but look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has 5 fingers. 5 fingers. And she doesn't seem to have the veiny stuff around her eyes and stuff. Oh, I think I figured it out. I gotta like hold my mouse, like press it down over it. Can I email a pic of your desk after stream? You're gonna be monitored. I'll show it in probably on Twitter, honestly. Name Mary. Hold on, I kind of had a thing going on here. Had a way I'm organizing these. Mary Hatcher. She's what? Oh, wait. That's not a middle-aged woman. She's younger than me. I've been scammed. This is not a middle-aged woman. Did she just get into this case? Is she just like a real murder or something? You know, not Fae related, and then she just accidentally got mixed up into this? Unk. Manner of death from shock due to arsenic poisoning. Yeah, it doesn't sound like Fae. It sounds like she just got poisoned. Shock from arsenic. Sounds like a skill issue. Why is she here? And even her time of death is 6 p.m. That doesn't add up. That doesn't add up with the rest of the cases. The rest of the cases have all happened like around noon. It's weird that I don't have the dates for them though. Should have just gotten poison resistance. Shaking my head. A young factory girl. She is the factory girl that Edna Niblett was talking to. That's why she's here. Wait, she's connected to Edna Niblett. It makes sense. Despite not fitting the trend of the previous victim profiles, she had been permanently included in this case because she was seen having a heated conversation with the third victim before the victim's death. Had a heated chat with Edna. Police report. The victim's father described her as not acting like herself. Acted weird. That does add up. She did act. Everybody else also acted weird. In the days before she passed, shortly before her death, the victim visited the police station. What? She visited the police station? Oh, maybe because of Edna's death? According to the interview officer, she seemed to be on the brink of confessing something when a look of terror suddenly crossed her face. She then appeared to change her mind. She hurriedly left the station without saying anything further to the interviewing officer. Was it, okay, that's a lot of stuff to write down. Was at the station to confess but ran. The victim suffered from violent abdominal cramping, followed by diarrhea and vomiting. Cramps, vomiting, and diarrhea. Okay, maybe girl was just really struggling on her period. Like, maybe she should have seen a doctor. Consistent with the effects of arsenic poison. Okay, arsenic. Could she have just killed herself? Traces of said poison can be found in blood type A. Type A. And the glass she was drinking from near the time of death. It sounds like she killed herself. Hey, now what? I don't know. I think we just gotta get our, like, the lab report on the blood. Arsenic? Do we enter again? Like, blood contains iron and other elements commonly found in human blood. Normal blood! That's important, because the rest of them have fucked up blood. That is really important. She is an only human. She is the only human because she has 5 fingers and her blood is normal. We add that. That made me laugh. And I almost choked. I almost choked just like her. Damn, she has a lot of things on her. Like, I need a second sticky note for her. This is the 4 victims crime scene. Poor girl. It's a cruel thing to see youth being stolen so abruptly. Okay, you know what? No, I don't need it. Everything fit pretty neatly. Okay. I think I've done everything I could. Okay, I won't reread the book just yet. I think I can end the investigation. Yes. I think I have all my data. Oh my god, something just fell and it scared the shit out of me. A knock on the door makes me glance up from my desk. It already is dark. I realize the sun has set while I've been absorbed in my investigation. Come in. Minnie! My assistant enters the office. Dr. Rayford has arrived to drop off the blood samples, and she wants to talk to you. Data? Iron? Be normal, please. Oh, what's wrong with how I say data? What's wrong with how I say data? It's fine. You want me to say it in Russian? Data? Already? Yes, she's just out there. Carl, it's been like hours. I must say, I'm pleasantly surprised at her work speed. Alright, send her in. Minnie nods. She returns to the reception area. She's the lady that I saw on the promotional art, and I was wondering why you weren't in the romanceable options. Who are you? She too is a middle-aged woman. Doc, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful out there, okay? Don't go into strange places. Don't tell anybody your name. Dr. Florence Rayford enters. It has been only 3 years since she has worked at this university, but she has proven her reliability more than often than not. She should stay with you for safety, right? Good evening, Professor. Can never get over them calling me Professor. Good evening, Doctor. Imagine Professor, Doctor. Sorry. Dr. Rayford hands over the blood samples. She also gives me her lab report. Thank you, Sunshine. Here you go. Thank you. What have you found? The most peculiar thing is that there's no iron in one of the blood samples. Wait, but... when I was reading through the file, it said that there was no iron in 2 of the cases. No? It's like case 2, Susan Moore had blood without iron, but also case 3, Edna Niblet had blood without iron. What's up with that? Say, is this fairy related? A question prompts me to ask myself, to what extent of the case can I divulge to her? Theo did say that I may ask patrons of her for information using some of the evidence. Although she has knowledge of fairies and their curses, can she handle seeing crime scene photographs? I mean, look at her. She looks excited. She looks stoked. This is a woman that reads, that listens to true crime podcasts, girl. She wants in. As I return from my thoughts, I notice her voice has taken on a higher pitch. This is so exciting. Are you working with the police? Does this mean that we'll get better credibility in the eyes of the public? Oh my, we're going to be in the newspapers, aren't we? And not on the usual corner spots, too. Oh, I can hardly contain myself. It appears she took my silence as a yes. It's good that she's excited about the possibility of advancement for Faeology, but her cheerful disposition can sometimes be rather overstimulating. As from cue, a knock on the door arrives to spare me. The specific sound is familiar, more familiar than when my assistant knocks. We get to meet the other guy! Oscar! Special delivery. Guys, a rich old man wanted you. Would you do it? I mean, you'd never have to think about money again. For the bag. That suit is tailored, you can tell, you know? Mr. Henkel's hands are empty. Then what pie might you be bringing for me? Is it you? Are you the special delivery, Mr. Henkel? If you wish to call me special, then I certainly won't stop you. This guy. But I did bring a box of huckleberry muffins for your office. He's bringing in sweets. He's bringing in the big guns. This guy is ready. This guy is prepared. Minerva was instantly enamored by their butterfly scent. She's currently feasting on them. And you let Minerva get to them first? We can only hope she'll leave a muffin apiece for the rest of us. Oh, hello there, Florence. Why did he give such a cold look? Oh, but he has blue eyes. Blue-eyed people are scary. No offense to any blue-eyed people in the chat. No offense to any blue-eyed people in the chat, but if there was a twist that told me the blue-eyed guy is like a fairy, I would believe it. I would believe it. I'd be like, yeah. He's staring into your soul right now. Blue-eyed, quote-unquote, people in chat. I didn't expect you to see in this office. Did they have something? Hello, Mr. Hinkle. Fancy seeing you here. Although you do have a habit of making this office your sole stop on campus. Okay, there's rumors about us on campus. Alright. He's definitely a fae. She chuckles. That's just because this is where all my money went. A well-spent investment, nonetheless. That I am a well-spent investment. He makes a retort at Dr. Rayford, but throws a subtle smile in my direction. How cheeky. So Florence, what's been occupying your time as of late? She looks at me briefly, possibly wondering whether she should tell him about what she did for me. The usual matters, I suppose. I tried asking your father about you at the last soiree. However, he confessed he didn't have the faintest idea. You must tell me more about your chemical research one of these days. Okay, guys, I'm right here. Please, I'm right here. Get a room. The colorful pursuits of you young academics thrill me to no end. You know I can't share all that much, Mr. Henkel. Unless, of course, you find yourself in the position to become the chemistry department's benefactor, then all their secrets are yours. A more playful giggle escapes her lips this time. I'm afraid I'm all tapped out, financially speaking. Oh, I'm not buying that one, not for a second. He's telling fibs, isn't he, Professor? Well, now I certainly don't want to get in the middle of the money talk of the rich. I wish I had that information, Doctor. Would make proposing for research much easier, with a bit of delicate leverage, naturally. You know what he should say? Imagine some corny stuff where he's like, well, if we shared a bank account, you know how much money I have. We can make that happen. Mr. Henkel laughs in amusement. I feel I should ask the reason he's here before this conversation takes an odd turn. On another note, Mr. Henkel, did you get my letter? Is that the real reason you dropped by? Upon recalling that I asked Oz to insert the letter into his mailbox only this afternoon, I'm about to retract these questions. Unexpectedly, though, he bows his head in assent. What is assent? Write that one down. I guess, in agreement. Oh, darn, it was donut whole time. Gotta keep my body fueled with donuts, so I can be a good detective. Yummy. I love that you're both writing down clues and big words. I'm not actually writing down the words. You think I'd study them? You think I'd give myself extra homework? Nah. Perhaps that is why you're such an effective educator. Whenever I encounter your written language, I long to hear it spoken post-haste. Okay, he's kinda smooth. Are you putting a spell on your letters, by any chance? I think you're the one with all the spells, Mr. Henkel. Your muffins, for one, have always been successful in getting Minnie's guard down. He's literally bringing a treat to the guard dog. He's throwing a piece of meat to the guard dog so they let him in. Oh dear, you two are making me blush. I suppose it's time I take my leave and let you both be. I'm due somewhere shortly anyhow. Oh no, that might not be necessary. I can't stay long either. Mr. Henkel lapses into silence as he continues staring into my eyes. Actually, I do want you both to get out because I want to investigate the blood samples. It's difficult to maintain eye contact with him, but even harder to look away. I wonder what I should do. I have to discuss the case, but both of them seem to be in a hurry. Should I tell Mr. Hinkle to return another day since I have an important conversation with Dr. Rayford right away? Or should I dismiss the chemist and meet with my patron now? There are benefits to either choice. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Soliciting Dr. Rayford's opinion on the case might be a good idea. She could share more insight on the chemistry side of the case. Her parents own a successful company that produces the powder makeup in evidence. Oh! She would also know the social happenings among the wealthy elites. Oh, so she's the obvious choice. On the other hand, Mr. Hinkle is also a valuable candidate for an interview. His connections within high society know no bounds. Everybody seems to know him one way or another. He might know things Dr. Rayford doesn't. Since he has been funding my research for a long time, he's also more familiar with fairy topics. But it seems like he's also familiar. I don't know. Does anybody have any input? I feel like we just got the blood, so we should talk about the blood, right? Like... Because we can just ask him to come another day. Henkel, get that bag? You sure? I mean, he'll have insight into high society, but like... What's that gonna do for us? I'm eating a donut while thinking. Hold on. Fine. Okay, nope, this one was a powdered one. Hold on, welcome. Hold on, I'm still eating. This one was like the one in like a sugary powder, you know? Pretty yummy. Should we do a poll? Should we do a poll? I don't know, I don't want to set it up. Give me in chat. Dr. Rayford, which is the lady, or Mr. Henkel, the refined gentleman who also is into fairies and sponsors all our research. We did get an analysis for Dr. Rayford, so it's not like we'll be completely clueless. Mr. The way you got auto-modded? Hold on, let me... I don't know why that got auto-modded. There you go, it's okay. I allow it. Mr. Henkel, bro, has to know hot rich milfs. Okay, that's 2 votes for Mr. Henkel, so... Mr. Henkel, would you mind staying for a while? I'd like to discuss something. You know this man is about to be jumping for joy. Yeah, not at all. I'd be delighted. This man is about to jump up in the air and clap his feet. I turned back towards the chemist. Dr. Rayford, thanks again for analyzing these samples. Your assistance has been invaluable. Please don't let me keep you any longer today. Now she's definitely gonna think there's something going on between me and Rayford. Or Mr. Henkel. You're quite welcome. I'm always happy to help. After bidding Mr. Henkel swift farewell, Dr. Rayford is out the door in no time. What do you want to talk about, my dear Faeologist? Okay. I gestured towards the large box on my desk. It's a box of evidence for a multiple murder case. Is it from Detective Krauss? These men are so jealous. Oh my god, so territorial. It is indeed. He brought it to me this morning. Look at this guy. All he can think about is the other guy. I don't know. You're thinking about another man a little too much. If you know what I'm saying. How'd that visit go? Guys, how did it go? I mean, it went alright. Like, it wasn't bad. But like, was it something special? No. Tsundere Theo, Yandere Henkel. It's crazy. I don't know. Let's not worry him. Let's not worry him. It's nothing special. Look at this stare. Why did he turn dark? There wasn't anything worth mentioning, except, of course, about the top priority case I'm tasked with. I don't know why, but I have an inkling that he's pleased. I'd rather than be women. The Minnie, who was our assistant earlier, is gonna have a romantic route in this game, as well as another character that we haven't met yet, who's our childhood friend, and is also a woman. But I think right now in the demo, only the two guys are available as a romance option. But in the future, there will be two beautiful ladies. I know, I was a little sad too, because I love the ladies, but it's okay. I'll wait. A true woman enjoyer can wait. Waiting for the ladies, yup. Was that why Dr. Rayford was here earlier? She had analyzed some biological samples? Yes, that's right. Alright, tell me about this case. How can I help? After binding my patron to secrecy, I rattle off the basic facts of the homicides. I believe I might have heard a bit about this case. Not the gory details, mind you. Just little whispers here and there. Yeah, I was hoping you'd be familiar with some of the parties involved. I wanted to show you something. Please share any knowledge you might have about the evidence. Sure, I can do that. Oh! What do you guys think I should show him? What is this? I haven't seen this. What is this? Wooldridge family. Who's Wooldridge again? Hold on, guys. I gotta pull out my files. Okay, Wooldridge was the very first case we saw. She had 6 fingers, and she is the one who died from ossification, which has hardened her body tissues, hardened into wood. Into wood-like bones. So more is case number 2, where she also had 6 fingers? Did she? I didn't write it down. I think she had 6 fingers. Probably anything to do with 6 fingers. With 6 fingers, what we have a book on Faeology, and it said that changelings, when faes kind of like take away a person, they replace them with a changeling, but the changelings are kind of wonky at copying humans, so they tend to have 6 fingers or toes. So we kind of know about it. Okay, tell me about the Wooldridge. This is a photograph of Miss Moore and her family. Oh, they might be mislabeled. They might be mislabeled. What can you tell me about the people in this picture? I believe this elderly couple is her adoptive parents. Okay. Adoptive parents. I don't know if that's important, but we're gonna write it down. I've never really talked to them, but I heard they're kind, wonderful people. Good people. Six, maybe 7 fingers. Changelings are among us. Hold on, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Now I feel like I should be counting people's fingers, you know? 6, 7? Did you actually just make a 6, 7 joke in my chat? Mons, get him. Get this guy. Shaking my head. Both of you go to jail. Biologically, Madame Moore was born as a so-called miracle baby to wealthy parents of advanced age. Miracle baby. To old parents. Bio. And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for your meddling chatter. You literally would have. I would not have realized it. That was a 6, 7 joke. When they passed away, she had no other family members by blood. I don't know if this is important at all. She was thus adopted by a middle-class couple who were trusted employees of her biological parents, or so I've heard. Upon coming of age, she received her sizable inheritance and vetted a recently rich entrepreneur of humble origins. Got inheritance. Married rich. Oh, I only heard a little bit. Fucking tells the entire story of her life. What the hell? This is her widower in the photograph. He is said to be extremely close to his parents-in-law. Husband close with in-laws. Is that what, like, are we suspecting the husband? That's the first person you'd suspect is like the wife or the husband. So, no, this is Moore family, and this is Woolbridge? Okay, hold on. Spouse sus. Exactly, because it's always, like, it's higher chance that it's somebody close to you. That's the first person they suspect. Family photo of the... This is a lot of evidence, and I don't know if I'll have, like, everything to show. All faces here are familiar to me. I must express my deepest sympathies when I see them at the Liars Gala. We will see them at the gala! Can you tell me more about the people in this picture? The Woolbridges are perhaps one of the most prominent and powerful families. Powerful... family. The victim's father was in the running to be the richest in the world. They're fucking billionaires then. Until he decided to devote much of his wealth to lavish charitable endeavors. Gala? Dexter moment? What are you talking about? This little man, this old man invited us to a gala. And I guess we'll be meeting the family there. This elderly woman is the victim's stepmother. Oh, stepmom. A beautiful socialite for whom the victim's father divorced her. Stepmom. I'm just gonna put stepmom. I'm not gonna write it all down, just stepmom. This younger man is the victim's stepbrother. Stepmom, stepbro. So there's motive for her step family to kill her off for the inheritance. Oh, that's all you know? Okay. What about this coin? It looks like a rare coin that only collectors would have. Okay. I'm not even writing that down. I think I'll remember that. Makeup. She would have known about that makeup. Oh my god. Ugh. The doctor's family makes this makeup. She would have known about it. It's the one from that popular brand. Nectar Bell. Hold on. Nectar Bell makeup. If only you picked her. You literally told me not to pick her. Collector coin. It's okay, I'm just listing evidence right now. That's the one. I thought that's all I know about it. Ring. We have a ring. My, this is very bold of you. I'm not proposing. Lecter Bell sounds like a Dexter alias. What the way you keep bringing up Dexter? I don't even know what is Dexter. Are you sure you want to be bound to me forever? Okay, sir. Says you, asking that question knowing full well this ring isn't mine. Hashtag not my Oshi. Hashtag not my Chrisling. He laughs wholeheartedly. So whose is it? Miss Moore. Miss Moore's ring. Right! She had a ring on her finger. I noted it down. All I can tell you is that she and her husband were always attached at the hip. Two in the pod. Ring. Close with husband. Okay, so the husband doesn't have a motive if they were on good terms. Good relationship. What's this? The invitation! Why are you showing me this invitation? Is this your way of confirming that you'll be my date? Should I lock it down? Do we want to play hard to get? Hey, be nice. This guy is relentless. He is, but I can appreciate game when I see game. But this isn't about the gala right now. I expected this. See, me too. But like, this isn't about it right now. Right now, we gotta focus on the kings. And the way we wrote the letter, if he funds my gacha addiction, then yes. He basically funds the protagonist's hyperfixation, which is Faeology. I want to keep him hanging just a little longer. I feel like I'm picking not the best options for like either of the guy. So really, like, I don't even know like where we're gonna end up with this. Rather than confirming or denying anything, I simply flash an enigmatic smile. Still playing hard to get, I see. Oh, that's all you're gonna fucking... He's not gonna tell me anything? Okay. Blood sample from Edna. He wouldn't know shit about it. What about Audrey? How terrible. I knew Madame Woolbridge. As you undoubtedly know, her family hosts the city's biggest charity event this year. Her family hosts the gala. Family... If it is the gala. I think it is. They tell me the fundraiser will be... Or fundraiser. The fundraiser will be moving forward despite the tragedy in the family. According to my sources, she loved that event dearly and definitely would have wanted it to proceed. Okay, Audrey loved the event. Did you ever know her to dabble in occult matters? Good question, good question. Knowing this woman as I did, I doubt it. Doubt occult matters. Okay, just doubt occult. It would help, however. I've heard several elites are members of... hold on. Several elites are members of the clandestine occult group. That's interesting, that's interesting. Could they be behind this? I only heard of the name The Golden Dawn. Hardly anyone knows about its existence. The Golden Dawn. Guys, is dawn like when the sun rises? When is dawn again? Is dawn around noon? Because that's when all the murders happen. It's the Now you No, I'm talking about the time of day. But you don't have your way of knowing, right? I say teasingly, and he responds with a sly smirk. Dawn is sunrise. Okay, then it doesn't make sense because all of these deaths were like around noon. I do indeed. Okay, what about Susan? Oh, how awful. I was familiar with Madame Moore. Though through the grapevine, I heard devastating news of her death. I often interacted with this exceptional woman and her sprightly spouse at high society events. They're both gracious individuals. Okay. I did. She was a fine, upstanding lady. She certainly didn't deserve such a gruesome ending. That was Edna, right? Was that Edna? She was known among her peers for her Oh, that's important. Where's my sticky notes? I have so many sticker notes. Known coin collector. And we have a rare coin. From what I've heard, you can see her collection displayed in every inch of her house. Wait. What if she had a coin made of iron? Coins all around house. Coins all around house. That would have repelled fairies. That was Edna. Okay, Mary. No, I've never seen her before. Oh yeah, because Mary isn't from an elite. Mary is a 19-year-old factory worker. Whoever this girl is, I express my sincere condolences. As he spoke his condolences while seeing the corpse's photograph, his face remained blank, as if the words never reached his expression. His eyes didn't even flinch. Damn, how odd. I wonder if this lack of empathy is just a trait of being in the upper class. Okay, did I ask about everything? I didn't ask about the blood. Yeah, I mean, he's just gonna be like, I don't know. Oh, wait, he knows something about the report. Oh, I see. This is interesting indeed. I can see why the detective came to you with this case. Okay. It's just like, whatever. Oh, wait. She was seemingly poisoned. I can read about these things. Okay, we're done. I have no further question. I believe I have enough information for now. You know that the expected time they gave me for playing this demo was 2 hours if every line is read aloud? Knowing myself, we're gonna be here for another 2 hours. Already? Yes, Mr. Henkel. Earlier you mentioned you had a prior arrangement, so I won't keep you any longer. One too many donut breaks. No, it's my hyper-analysis. I'm too into this. But I think they would appreciate it. I think they would appreciate that I'm really putting in the time with this. Thank you for your time. You've been incredibly helpful. I'm delighted I could be of assistance. Reach out to me if you need anything else. I'll see you soon, yes? I give him a brief nod. Mr. Hinkle then leaves my office. I'm alone again, but not for long. My assistant pops into the office. Professor, I'm heading home soon. Is there anything else I can do to help? I mean, I can I can think of a thing or two. But no, I guess you can go home. There is one thing. No workplace harassment today, unfortunate. I mean, just today. No, I'll be perfectly fine. I think I'll stay and work for a bit longer. That's not what I meant. You guys know that's not what I meant. See you tomorrow, Professor. Have a safe trip home. Upon wishing me the same, Minnie leaves. I have some time until I have to wrap up my workday and head home for the office. Okay, hold on. Because we can now use... so much information now we can do. I don't know who used the makeup. But we can also look at it. What I want to do is put these things under a black light. What's happening? It's purple red and it burned. What the fuck? It was purple blue? Right, and purple is for parasitic fae, but I did it one more time. I've seen this before. It's a parasitic fae. A failed transformation magic? It has a wing cut off. Coin. Parasitic fae with wing cut off. Or ripped off, more so. I can move it. Look at it. What about the makeup? The makeup isn't glowing. The makeup is normal. Let me write it down. Makeup, no glow. I don't like this. Are they biodegradable? Would they make good soil? How would you ask that? There is no mistaking it. The structure of the thorax. Okay, I know a bug specialist in chat right now. The structure of the thorax, antenna curvature, elongated legs, they're exactly the same as parasitic fae I cataloged several months ago. What happened to you, poor fae? Of course, no response is forthcoming. It's dead. Mr. Henkel only knows that this is from a popular brand. Right, so we don't know anything about it because we didn't ask. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. We didn't ask the right guy. I want to take a look at their pictures real quick, because we haven't had these before. So this middle-aged woman in the colored blouse and the elder man in the suit are father and daughter, related by blood. And the other two are stepmother and stepbrother. Okay, we would not have known that if we didn't talk to him. So we know this is daughter and this is the victim. This is her bio father, but this is a stepmom. And a brother. Step bro. Okay, nothing new. Should I have been counting their fingers? The man in the darker suit seems to be the husband of the victim. The woman with the pearls, he's supposedly close to his in-laws. This means the other two are victim's adoptive parents. Right, but like... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4... Here she still has... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 2... Okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay. Okay, I guess it's fine. Something else we can look at under the black light? The ring and the invitation. I don't think she was wearing a ring in that picture. Requested the honorary presence at the annual Liars Gala. Saturday, 20th of October, 8 o'clock in the evening. Formal attire requested. It's glowing purple! Oh my god, who had the ring? Who had the ring? Case 2, Susan Moore had the ring. Ring glows purple. Ring glows purple. Ring glow. That's spooky. It's magic. It's fairy magic. Purple. Hold on, I had a. I don't know if the little red means anything. In that one, it meant that it's like it had a damaged wing. Okay, what about the invitation? The invitation seems real. I wonder if Chris will glow purple if we hold a black light up to them. I will not. I'm not a fae. Or a bug. Okay. This is spooky. I can't even begin to imagine how her husband must feel, losing his soulmate this way. The ring killed her! The ring killed her! She only drank blood and died. Okay, just in case, this victim... Yeah, I can show you just so you understand what's happening. This is her picture. This is how she looked. She's wearing the ring right here. She's wearing the ring. And she has 6 fingers. Important information. Also, she looked... The cause for her death is that she refused to drink anything but her own blood. She had paranoid episodes, was erratic, and talking nonsense. Also, her report, or at least said, like, her file said that she had blood with no iron. She is the one with the ring. That's hers. The invitation's not hers. Whose blood is this? Edna's blood. Edna is the 64-year-old. I guess I should include the pictures for anyone. This is no, that's not Edna. This is Edna with the Cheeto with the Cheeto doll's fingers, who ate her own fingers, who was also a collector. Where's the coin? Oh yeah, the coin turned. We know the coin. One of the coins she collected was a fae. So what's up with her blood? I read somewhere that most insects don't have iron in their blood. Okay, so her blood didn't have... Wait, is it glowing red? Or is it glowing purple? Hi, Rockabrave! It's a crisis in your body. It is me! Okay, hold on, I'm in the middle of an investigation. Hi, I hope you're doing well. I'm in the middle of an investigation that involves murder of middle-aged women and fae. Blood glows. Purple. Fairies, like fae, like mythical fairies. It's clearly both purple and you need to do some farming, so you'll be lurking. That's alright. Thank you. Have a good farm. But the thing is that the bug out in the ring. Look. Wait. Hear me out. The bug glows purple, but the place where its wing is bitten off, it glows red. The blood is a mix of red and purple. What? This was a this is a parasitic fae that was attacked by a warrior fae, because warrior faes glow red and parasitic fae glow purple. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes so much sense. Do I sound crazy? Okay. Whose blood is this again? Arsenic, huh? You sound so insane. I'm not insane. I'm right. I'm right. Wait, this is arsenic, so it's Mary. It's Mary's. Hold on, do it again. Do it again, please. Arsenic, huh? That was it. That was it. This is all we have to say about the blood. Well, she did have the most normal blood out of all of them. But how come we only have these two? Oh! Wait. And her blood doesn't glow. Okay. That's good for her at least. I kinda don't want to start a whole new thing for her, but I guess I will need it eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're wondering, I'm on the 11th sticky note. I'm on the 11th sticky note. If you're wondering. Okay, time to read the lab report. You know what? Just in case our, our friend is a fae. Loki thought you could only count up to 6 until now. Bruh. This is Dr. Raper's lab report on the blood samples. The content is quite similar to the forensic report. Well, elements similarly found in human blood, such as phosphorus, carbohydrates, and some proteins are found in the third victim's blood. In the third victim's blood, that's Edna Niblet, that she had blood with no iron. But then also, in the case too, we have a blood with no iron. Did we? Moreover, the amount of phosphorus found is higher percentage than in human blood, making it possible for this to be blood of a fairy. Blood high in phosphorus. Phosphorus. Could be fae. And she did have 6 fingers. The fourth victim's blood appeared to be normal human blood with iron present. Traces of arsenic are also found. Although there is some new information, I had expected the report to be more detailed. Then again, I did ask her to finish it as soon as possible, and she delivered. Did we forget anything else? Hold on, what I want is to check out the case number 2. Did I misread it? Or it also said that she had no... Susan Moore. Refusing to drink anything but her own blood. Paranoid. Erratic. Note, blood does not contain iron. No, this was right. She also does not contain iron. But why do the others not see it? Why did the others not mention it? They're like, oh, only one of them didn't have. Maybe this is a mistake, but I think this is no mistake. No, blood does not contain iron. Nothing gets past me. Nothing gets past me. I think this is it for now, though. I think I have case 2 figured out. No, I have case 3 figured out. No. I think I have both case 2 and case 3 figured out. Yeah. It's the next afternoon. I should be grading assignments, or reviewing the lecture I'm going to deliver come Monday, or do anything productive in the realm of professional duties. Instead, I find my attention straying more and more toward the office door. It's been a while since we talked to Oz. I voiced my frustrations to good old Oz. Theo will probably arrive at any moment. I can't stop wondering whether my explanation will be enough for him. In the past, no sort of explanation ever seemed to please him when it came to fairies. And why should it do so now? My voice cracks with concern. This time, he came to you bearing in mind the possibility of fairy involvement. He'd be a fool if he discredits you so soon. My fairy companion's chirping becomes increasingly stern this time. But you need to get yourself together. You must remain steadfast and strong when facing the detective. Don't permit your voice to falter when presenting your findings. I better not be timed. I know I can't let myself unravel at this point. It's just that he's never solicited my opinions quite in this manner. It's just that I don't know anything about case number 1, where she died from... Okay, well, she hardened... I should have read the Fae book again. Was she turned into hard tissue? I don't know. A professional insight, no less. All the more reason to be as calm as you can be. Maintaining your composure is essential to delivering a persuasive argument. But no matter what happens, at least you know you tried. At the end of the day, he is the one who needs to solve this case. That's true. This is kind of not my problem. You're right, of course you are. I'm not a detective, I'm simply a professor sharing my perspective. Thank you, Oz, for always taking me off the ledge, talking me off the ledge. Just then, somebody knocks on the door. That's my cue to sail past your window ledge. Best of luck. I whisper a hurried goodbye to my fairy friend. I'll see you tonight, Oz. Once Oz has flown out, I direct my attention towards the door. Come in. Hey, Minnie. How's it going? Professor, you have a visitor. The detective? Minnie nods. Alright, send him in. Okay, I think I can put together somewhat of a strong argument, but Faye was involved. Minnie nods once again and walks out the room. Hi, Chronic. How are you? Nice to see you. Theo paces around a little bit after strolling in. He appears quite distracted. I'm solving like 4 murders right now. He finally stops and opens his mouth. So, what have you learned? I take a deep breath. Okay, just finished your leak for tonight. How's FallinLove? Going strong so far. Hold on, I'm at a very important point where we just collected all the evidence that I have so far, and I need to present my case to convince this guy that it's Fae who are involved in this. I have to present my findings to perhaps the most sought-after detective in the police force. And our ex. Theo investigates cases right where the crime scene unfolded. He is agonizingly familiar with the grit and the grime of the city's darkest recesses. Meanwhile, as a professor, my expertise primarily revolves around the nebulous, the theoretical. I must do my best to stay calm and collected, just as Oz suggested. I've read the case files. Victims' odd behaviors shortly before death could be due to hypnotic spells from fairies. Yeah. The 4th victim went to the police station, but before she said anything, it seemed she saw something that scared her away. Wait, that could have been hallucinations too. I forgot about that. What if she saw something not human? And the manner of death? He interrupts before I can finish. I have no time for assumptions. The papers telephoned our department this morning, said they found out about some of these deaths. So that's why he looks agitated. The chief is preparing a statement for tomorrow regarding this. So I'll just cut to the chase. Is there fairy involvement? Yes. Yes, I'm certain of it. I can tell his interest is piqued. Because we quite literally found a fairy. Like, we quite literally have a dead fairy. Can't we show him one? Can we show it to him? However, I'd like to first lay out the basics since I'm pretty sure you've distracted the things I've told you in the past. Discard it. He grumbles as if in admission of my statement. So far, we've identified 3 classes of fairies. Right. Warrior, scribe, and parasitic fae. Warriors have strong offensive magic. Scribe's magic tends to be defensive, and parasitic, well, parasitic. We Faeologists have developed a tool called Blacklight to detect traces of fae magic. It can even be detected through photographs if the magic is especially strong. You're kidding? I didn't use my Faelight on the I didn't use the Blacklight on the photographs. I used them on I used them on all the victims' photographs, but I didn't use it on the family ones because I thought I couldn't! Shoot me. Warrior magic glows red, scribe magic blue, and parasitic magic shines purple. Found that seemingly fairies of one specific class are behind this. No, that's not true. I found that 2 fairies are behind this. Which one is the culprit? Fuck! No, I don't know! Okay, see? Listen. All of those that we saw glowing were glowing purple and red. Think about it. They're glowing purple and red. And you'd think, oh, parasites, right? Parasites hurt you. But they don't. Parasites usually will not kill you. Sure, they might hurt you, but the parasite wants you to keep on living so it will feed on you, right? Parasite doesn't, I feel like in most cases... No, parasites do kill. Like the ring, it was glowing purple. The band of the ring was glowing purple, but then it had a little bit of red. I don't know, I've been a parasite for most of my life and I've yet to kill my parents. Exactly. See, like the parasite, it wants to slowly eat away at you. It doesn't want to just kill you right away, right? It's gonna keep feeding off of you for as long as it possibly can, and all of these are dropping like flies. And we also saw a little bit of red glowing, and we saw that parasitic fae had died. And it was bitten off. Its wing was torn off by a warrior fae because it was glowing red. So while I think parasitic fae were certainly involved, I think the warrior fae could have been the one that actually killed them. You know? Is this... But it's purely an assumption I should have used because I didn't use the blacklight on the pictures. Maybe it would have showed something more. Okay, I'm gonna lock this in. I'm gonna do it. Warrior fae. If it goes wrong, I'll go back. They're of the warrior class. What is the evidence? Shoot. Ah! Shit. I mean, it's kind of... Third victim's blood sample was high in phosphorus. Could be fae. But did it glow? Ring. How does this prove warrior involvement? I placed the ring beneath the black light. You see, Mr. Moore's rings glows purple and red under the black light. But why does it glow purple as well? Shit. It's parasitic fae warped into a ring because of a failed transformation magic. Did I fuck up? Small metallic objects are known to repel or warp fairies when the transfusion magic goes awry. But how do you know for sure that this one is a parasitic fae? That's a good question. Normally the body of parasitic fae would be relieved under black light. Yeah, this one's just a ring, no matter how long I hold the black light on top. Okay, the fae. It's true, but like, the fae, but how does this prove warrior involvement? I put the dead fae beneath the black light. This is a dead parasitic fae. Look, it glows purple and red under the black light. I take it their bodies still glow even after they're dead? Correct. It takes a little while until their magic is fully dissipated from the corpse. It honestly looks like just a normal bug to me. Hold on a second. I turned to the shelves and picked up one of the boxes containing a deceased insect from my ongoing research. I opened the lid and showed it to Theo. I found this one dying just yesterday. It died shortly after. Swiftly, I put it beneath the black light. A normal one doesn't glow, you see? Theo's expression is a blend of amusement and bewilderness. Quite interesting. And how does it end up here? All the evidence point towards the fucking parasitic fae. Is my analysis wrong? Do I go back? A parasitic fae that fed off the victim's life sources, which became a casualty of murder. Oh yeah, that's what kind of like I meant. Since this was found near the victim, it must have been the parasitic fae that was feeding off her life source. I can't seem to remember there being an insect in the evidence box. Oh, this was actually the coin in the evidence box. It turned into a dead fae when I put it under the black light long enough. Do parasitic fairies leech off human life sources by turning into things? Theo's sharp question makes me realize something. Parasitic faes aren't capable of transforming into things. I was onto it. Parasitic faes aren't capable of transforming into things, so it seems there's a flaw in this theory. Wait a moment, it appears there's something I missed. What else you got? There was nothing weird about the makeup. I can't present it. The third victim's blood sample. I saw the blood sample beneath the black light to show the magical traces. You see, there's a glow of purple and red under the black light. How do the purple traces, or parasitic magic as you say, have a part in this? Parasitic underlings of warrior high fae help with the murders. I don't know that! Do I know that? Was that in the book? Fuck. The blood is fairy blood. That is because the blood is fairies, and their blood contains traces of their own magic. This is further supported by the blood sample analysis. Fairies' blood has high content of phosphorus, just like reported. Adding to that, the missing iron. Fairies have an aversion toward iron. They don't have it in their blood. They can still, however, withstand the iron in human blood. That's why some parasitic fae like to drink our blood. As I ramble on, Theo listens intensely, with a slight surprised look on his face every time I start a new sentence. To be honest, I'm out of words at the moment. There appears to be strong evidence pointing towards warrior involvement. Okay, I don't know how in the fucking world does it point toward warrior involvement, but it points to fairy involvement. Based on what you showed me, parasitic fairies are one way or another connected to the manner of killing. But you also haven't told me how the warrior fairies kill the victims. That's because I don't know. Give it to me straight. How do you figure the murders were carried out? feel like I should have read the book one more time. Warriors directed parasitic underlings to sap life, causing ossification and severe hallucinations. Ugh. Warriors replaced victims with changelings and killed the changelings with ossification and hallucination spells. So they do all have 6 fingers, pointing out that they could be changelings. Warriors' ossification and hallucination spells killed the victims and nearby parasitic fae. Both of these are what I think is right. Let me save this in slot 4. But I don't know which one to pick. Because they clearly are changelings. So... The warrior high fae used the transformation magic to turn parasitic fae into human lookalikes. No, that's not what I think. Changelings? I take out the crime scene photograph with middle-aged victims and lay them out on the table. Okay, but yeah, they do have odd hands. I showed the oddity in the victim's hands to Theo. This is one of the possible anomalies that is likely to happen due to the complexity of the transformation magic. As famous as these ladies' families are, it would have been a big thing on the papers if they had 6 fingers from when they were children. I don't seem to remember anything like that in newspapers, do you? No, me neither. Theo looks away as though trying to remember all the newspapers he has read. It also explains the missing iron in the blood sample, since the corpses are not human. I wait until Theo meets my gaze again before continuing. Then they murder the changelings using ossification and hallucination magic. It is done to cover up what they really did to the real humans. What they really did? Like what? It can be anything. The real humans might be kidnapped to the fairyland, destined to wed certain fairies and bring forth offspring. No, they actually get married to the fairies. They get married to the fairies. Or be employed as a slave. Can you put employed and slave in the same sentence, really? Or tortured for amusement until they die. I shiver at the thought of it happening to the poor ladies. Theo appears to be unsettled by the same thought as well. Hold on, are you saying that they might still be alive? There's a chance. Yet the realm of the fairies is still an enigma even for those who study their kind. The Faeologists in this university have barely met any living fairies. You're aware of how fresh this field is within academia, don't you? Theo nods. It pains me to admit that I genuinely do not know how to get them back. I will keep trying nonetheless. We both fell silent, as though a heavy weight had settled in our throats, refusing to budge. We can also look at this case from another angle. The motives. Based on your investigation, what could be the rationale behind the warrior fairy's actions? It's difficult to pinpoint the reason why fairies do what they do, since they don't follow human rules or morality. However, I found that... Warriors are targeting people blessed by the scribes? That could be the case because they do have kind of like a hatred between each other. And all of these women were really well off, so they could have potentially been blessed by scribes. And we do have some occult involvement. Potentially. All of these women seemingly lived really happy lives. Warriors murder parasitic fairies because they're despicable low faes. That is kind of true. Warriors' hatred towards humans may be the cause. We don't really know if they hate humans, do we? Okay, let me try to describe theory. The three middle-aged are blessed by the scribe face, shown by the sigils on one of their hands. What sigil? I missed that. I did not see that sigil. I say as I hover the blacklight on top of the... God, see, I would have seen that! If I just hovered the blacklight on top of the family photographs one by one. I mentioned before that especially strong magic can be seen even through photographs. Yes, I remember. He answers while taking the blacklight out of my hand and checking the sigils himself. Maybe this option shouldn't be available since I didn't do it. I don't know. 2 sigils light up on Mrs. Wilbur's family photograph and one on Mr. Moore's. Mrs. This sigil is a sign of being blessed by one of Scribe Fae, usually given when someone has done a very special boon for a scribe. It gives good fortune and is passed down for generations. As you know, the middle-aged victims and their families are old rich families that have stayed on top for many decades. So they all have their own little fairies that they help and to ensure their fortunes. That's how strong the magic is. Mrs. Moore was adopted, that's why it's only her who has it. Her late biological parents hailed from a distinguished and affluent lineage. Theo points at the faces in Mr. Wilbur's photographs. And he's the biological father while the other 2 are step family. I nod at him. I'm positively sure that, should we check into Mrs. Niblet's family photograph, she and her children would display the same sigils. I'll see what I can do. Oh, and it's also meant as a warning for others not to harm the marked human. I guess that warning didn't work in this case, did it? No, it didn't. Well, I suppose this does make sense, and it's a pattern. I solved it! Yes, this might be targeted murders. He then casts a glance my way with an air of satisfaction around him, and breaks into a smile. Good job. You actually did it? You should... I wrote down so many notes, I better have fucking done it. I took this serious. My, considering how rarely he gives commendations, this sounds like the compliment of a lifetime. I can feel my confidence is going through the roof. Thank you. Lastly, what have you found on the poor girl, Mary Hatcher? Yeah, I kinda found fucking nothing. Any connection to fairies? The chemist's report is similar to the case file. The blood is normal human blood, traces of arsenic. I didn't find any sign of fairy magic from the evidence. Even so, based on her relation to Mrs. Niblet, we can't discard the possibility that fairies might be involved with her death too. Theo nods in agreement. I have one more piece of information to tell you. Really? What is it? Mr. Hinkle told me that there exists a clandestine occult group. Yeah, called the Golden Dawn. I asked him about this since the police report suggested some occultists might be involved. Hardly anyone, even from the upper class, has even heard of it. He said several elites are members of it. He picks out a small notebook and a pen from his trench coat and starts writing. I'm not sure if this is useful. Every scrap of information counts. I ought to note down the things we've talked about today as well. Your findings really threw me for a loop. I forgot to take notes. Of course, take your time. While Theo is writing, I tidy up my desk and put the evidence back in the box. Anything else you got? That's all I have for now. He puts his notebook and pen back in his coat. Oh, did it just suddenly get dark? He heaves a sigh so heavy I can believe he has the weight of the city on his shoulders. Even so, when he looks at me, there's a glint of something that wasn't there before. Okay. This fleck of illumination is all the more stark since we've started this discussion. It's hope, perhaps. A tiny, delicate thing is blooming in this room to counteract the overwhelming darkness and despair outside. I always knew you were clever. Okay. Even though I feel there are still some missing pieces to this puzzle, you've done well. I'm quite impressed. Not being sassy for once. Thank you, Theo. He answered with a soft smile. Well, we've still got our work cut out for us. But at least for now, innocent people won't get thrown in jail thanks to you. I'm glad I could help. Now, I just need to convince the chief and the papers. Thing is, I might have to bring up your name in my report. Oh god. He's just gonna tell the papers about the Fae involvement? Yeah, that's not gonna make people go panic mode or anything. I can't predict how the papers will handle this, but it's possibly they'll mention you in Faeology. This is good for your field, of course. but it could draw unwanted, dangerous attention your way. I'll be fine, Theo. I can protect myself. Can I? This is what the field needs. Indeed, you're more than capable of taking care of yourself. Am I? I know that very well. Okay. I do appreciate you worrying over me. Theo's concern seems to fade, and he lets out a sigh of relief. Well, this day's certainly been a ride. He glances at his wristwatch. I've still got time until I have to get back to the station. Okay. What are you implying? Fancy a drink with me? You can tell me more about fairies. I'll listen with way less judgment than this time. Puppy's on his knees begging for a second chance. Just like I promised. Sure, I don't even get an option. He's coming around. Yeah, he's coming around for me coming over to his apartment again. He heard Henkel was here. Oh yeah, he has to mark his territory. Would you mind waiting until I finish grading a few assignments? It will take 10 minutes at most. Go ahead. I focus my attention on the assignments. There's a minute of compassionable silence. The scribbling of my pen is the only noise audible. Theo then speaks. You know what we should toast to when we drink? What? We should toast to being a good team. We're a team, are we? Aren't we? Or at least we should be. Your knowledge of the fairies is exactly what we need to make sense of all this mess. And it's not just that, your talent for investigation is impressive as they come. Well, that was all me, actually. Thank you. I took notes and everything. If you act as a consultant in a high-pitched profile case like this, you'll be handsomely compensated, of course. Imagine what those funds could do for your Faeology research. How much are you actually gonna pay me, though? Feels like a lot of work for the same money that a certain mister could give me. Just saying. So what do you think? Would you ever consider joining the investigation in an official capacity? I'll consider it. Oh. Ending 1, Detective Duo. Oh. We got one of the endings, Detective Duo. It's time for a donut break. I need a donut to fuel me. So what happens now? It's another afternoon in the office. My patient has stopped by to discuss a research project that I've been considering. Now that Faeology might get increased credibility, especially with the police, I think we should examine the prevalence of strange deaths caused by fairies. Don't you think, Mr. Henkel? The police might agree to help us collect the data. I'm not so sure about that. He doesn't want me talking to the detective. Okay. It will take time for the police to trust us to that extent. Besides, wouldn't it be more pressing to focus your research on warrior face? Ooh, we have to talk. Excuse me? Before I can respond, 2 individuals suddenly barge into my office. I love how they all hate each other. They all look pissed. None of them are happy about being here right now. Sorry, I tried to stop him but couldn't. It's okay, Minnie Sunshine. Thank you for trying. Even though I've told him you're in a meeting right now. That's okay, Minnie. You can let me handle this. If you say so, Professor. Minnie grumbles at Theo as she walks out. What's eating you, Theo? Theo doesn't sound so much as glance at Mr. Henkel. He unfurls a rolled-up newspaper from the inner pocket of his coat. He hands it to me. Oh no. Dance till death. At a glance, I can see the phrases, "Fairies are real, evil is afoot, fairies killing humans," spelled out in bold, oversized letters. Who could have seen that coming? Oh my god. Who could have seen that coming? Only me who warned you about this? I need a sip of water. Like, that was the obvious conclusion. How else could people possibly react? You know? As I begin reading, my patron peers over my shoulder to read as well. It is not Chi's statement that made the front page, it's another bizarre murder, and this time, the victim is a beloved celebrity. She danced until her body gave out, ooh, medieval style. They wrote out all excessively grisly details connected to her death. Moreover, the reports surrounding the other homicides have been thoroughly sensationalized and exaggerated. They depict the fairies as evil enemies of mankind, and in some parts, they even insinuate that war between beings is brewing. Reading all of this makes my heart sink and my stomach churn. I need to put the paper down for a moment. This is truly awful. I've already checked the crime scene. The details of this latest incident look similar to what we've uncovered from the previous murders. Given everything, I'd say fairies definitely in the picture here. Okay, he's come around big time. From being like, I doubt this, to just like, yeah, this is fairies. He's all in now. Though it's still hard to make heads or tails of this. It's very difficult to grasp their motives, but judging by the methods and frequency, I have to say this is significant. Something big might be going on in the land of fairies. I don't know, it just felt like increasing the volume. Seems like he was just hitting on the fairies just to mess with you, right? Am I like he switched up so fast? That's how you know he's a fake hater. He didn't have his heart in it, you know? The heart wasn't in it, you could tell. The real haters don't give up. I might have taken a little donut break, hold on. I need you to check something really quick. Theo gives me a photograph of the celebrity. Knowing exactly what he wants, I retrieve the black light from my drawer and examine the photograph closely. Bill Theo and Mr. Hinkle peek over my shoulder to see. A sigil, the same one as the other 3 victims had. I suppose we can now establish that these are targeted murders. I nod at him. For some reason, Mr. Hinkle is nodding with me. Although the 4th victim, Mary Hatcher, doesn't have the sigil, does she? Did you find anything more about it? Theo shakes his head, leaving behind a troubled look. I think she just killed herself. Nobody in the purchase records has a strong link to the girl. We're asking around here and there. The girl was a saint. Everybody loved her. Her squabble with Mr. Niblet is the strongest lead we have. A striking realization dawns upon me. What if a fairy transformed into a human and purchased the poison? What? They can do that? Suddenly, Mr. Hinkey's familiar voice fills the room after his long stretch of silence. Oh yes, detective. Although when a fairy shifts into human shape, they cannot assume the identity of somebody already living. Your culprit may well be on the name of the list, but one that doesn't truly exist. And could it have poisoned Mary or given her the drink as Edna? I give a nod in agreement with his words, feeling slightly proud that my patient is reading all the knowledge this university has to offer. Theo Theo flinches at Mr. Hinkle's input, clearly having dismissed him as part of the furniture. He then scoffs. Theo! All I get from Theo is a shrug. Surprisingly, he turns towards the patron. From what I've come to understand, fairy magic is more than capable of doing the killing. They've no need for poison. But I won't discard the possibility. Mr. Hinkle only replies with a smile. Well, that's certainly a rare occurrence. Theo goes back to ignoring Mr. Hinkle and talks directly to me. Ugh. I should mention that I've gotten permission for you to check the crime scene. Oh, we get to go to the crime scene. Come with me tomorrow? I'll see what I can do. Alright, I've got to go. I'm leaving the newspaper here. There are more articles about Faeology that you should read. Without so much as a word of a goodbye to Mr. Hinkle, Theo turns and leaves. I pick up the paper and continue reading while Mr. Hinkle silently reads alongside me. The field of Faeology is indeed mentioned quite markedly, but its loyalty to humankind is under scrutiny. Although the police chief spoke of our help, the papers continue to raise doubts about our involvement in the killings. What the heck? What did we do? In this Faeology University, a friend or a foe? So I guess we ended up getting the detective ending. And that is kind of where it leaves off for now. But that was really cool. I enjoyed it. I guess maybe I should be colder to the detective if I want to get the other ending. I'm just arranging my notes really quick. But I've quite enjoyed it. Death&Faeology. That was the demo and the prologue by Mushamello with the lead director artist. And I'll just scroll past these really quick. The music has been nice so far. No endings to get with the assistant? Not yet. Not yet. Though, I guess I should say, you know what? I'm gonna just shout them, I'm gonna post the link that you can wishlist Death&Faeology. Maybe I should have done that. Oh my god, I should have totally done that. Before starting the stream. But it would be, end the stream. But it would help support the game, and so they can move on. They can keep working on it and continue with the endings. Pro stream. This is my first time doing kind of like a collab stream in a way, since the devs, Mushamello did reach out to me as part of the visual novel festival going on right now for me to try out the game, and I'm very thankful. They also have another game that I mentioned in the Discord that is an otome, which they have currently delayed the demo for that one, but it should be coming out fairly soon. It is an otome, so there are no girly options as far as I know. It's called Okami, but the first Okami with double O. Not my ultimate being delayed. It's okay. I'm sure they're just fixing some things up before they're ready. But I enjoyed this. I'm gonna take a picture of all my notes and then post it on my Twitter, not gonna lie. Yeah, but you can wishlist it on Steam. Follow their social media. We can check it out whenever it comes out fully. Need a pic of all of them together? Yes, I have them like arranged case by case. So like I have the cases laid out. Like that one meme of the guy in his theory board. I hate that, like, you know how sticky notes tend to kind of like curl up? That's what's kind of happening. And that's annoying. I need to like curl them in the other direction to make them readable. Also, I don't know if for when do we have next stream? It's not tomorrow because I'm working tomorrow. But on Friday, I'll be playing an Otome, another visual novel that is a horror visual novel. So that will be fun. Lover's Enigma. I had the schedule posted on Twitter. And I was also... Then I had... Lover's Enigma devs also reached out to me. But then I also have plans on Friday to play like an already well-established Yuri novel. To, you know, make sure we have enough Yuri in our blood system. Since then, I have been reached out by another with 2 Yuri visual novels for next week. This visual novel festival does go until Wednesday. So it starts on this Wednesday and it goes until next Wednesday. So we have plenty more to go. At this point, you got more Yuri in your system than iron. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. You know, English is not my first language. You're being very inconsiderable. Can't believe you'd make fun of a hard-working immigrant. Like that. Making sure to cover up write-ins or A's boobs on my mousepad when taking a picture of these. No free. No Google what those... No, go Google what those big words mean. Nah. Show them. Nah. Not my Oshi. It's crazy. I don't even know if this is all gonna like fit in the picture. I hope. Okay. Shall I be like a super pro streamer? Oh, there's another person streaming Death&Faeology. Oh my god, I could rate them. Oh my god, wouldn't that be so cool? I'm kind of scared. I'm shy. I'm shy. That'll be very pro, yes. Okay. They are at a 3-hour mark. And they were voice acting it with another person. I don't know. Just do it? Okay. Okay. Have a good night. Thank you everyone who came by today to support. Check out Faeology and Death&Faeology on Steam. I'll send y'all right now.